As the Owasso Rams trail 17-10, but they score a touchdown to trim that deficit. It was 17-3. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Rob Williams along with you. Let's go to Steve for another RCB Bank by the numbers stats update. And Rob's been working furiously over there to get you something, Mr. Mowry.
Rams have evened up the numbers a little bit here. Will Keeney now only 3 of 10 for 62 yards, but that last one, a 29-yard touchdown pass to his favorite receiver, Mario Kirby, gets the Rams back to within 7. Total yardage so far in the game, 162 yards for the Rams, 254 for the Purple Dogs, but the Rams now over 100 yards rushing in the ball game.
Alex Haight kicking it away, a strong kick back toward the end zone, and it is going to be fielded there. They blow the whistles, call the touchback. Fayetteville has a 1st and 10 at their own 20 as the Purple Dogs move right to left on the radio dial. As we come to the top of the hour, this is KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville, and you're watching on OwassoSportsNetwork.com. Darius Bowers still in at quarterback for the Purple Dogs.
He's been good tonight, Grant. I tell you what, this kid can move around the pocket, very athletic. He can run, and surprisingly to me, after watching film, he can really throw the ball very well.
Trips to the right, Bowers back to throw, slings it up the left side of the field. His receiver dragged down, and Deuce Mayberry meant business. He just brought him right to the ground.
Threw him out of bounds, making the tackle on Charbonneau.
How about Ryan Merrill bringing some water for us? Thank you. We've needed it here tonight.
I need some for a shower after this sweat box.
Trips to the right. Darius Bowers off the left hash mark. Back to throw. Slinging it up the field. Can he connect? No. Yes, he did. Oh, no. Down to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. My goodness. He got it into the hands of Bo Stuckey. Wow. I thought it had fallen short, but he reached back there and caught it and took off, and into the end zone he went for another 6 for the Purple Dogs.
And really, that was pretty good coverage by Barker. He was right there, tried to go up and dive to tip the football. Man, that's just a good offensive football play there, Grant.
Barker was on his tail. We can give him that for sure, and that is going to be bringing up Huxley Richardson to try the extra point here. The kick is coming as we approach halftime. Kick is up, and it is good. Our score 24-10, 3:08 left to go in the first half here on the Johnny Kohler Custom Watches game clock. We'll take a 30-second timeout, and when we come back, the Rams will have the ball back. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on KYFM. Stoner and Mayberry back deep to receive for the Rams of Owasso. Purple Dogs lead at 24-10. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry along with you. Christian Favalora patrolling the sidelines tonight. Rob Williams keeping the numbers and making sure we have what we need. And I hate to even bring out the Fayetteville numbers, but man, they put up some impressive ones on that last run there, well, Steve.
They're over 300 yards passing in this first half alone on back-to-back touchdown passes from Bowers to Stuckey, 73 yards and 76 yards. Bowers sitting at 310 yards passing. They can't run the football. They've only run it for 24, but when you can throw it like that, there's no need.
Huxley Richardson kicking from right to left. The end-over-end kick is going to bounce high. The 15-yard line picked up by Mayberry on his horse at the 20. He's at the 25, brought down at the 30-yard line. And on the stop there for the Purple Dogs is Quade Moser. Quade Moser on the stop there for Fayetteville.
Well, plenty of time still in this quarter for the Rams to get another score on the board. Again, it's not this overwhelming deficit. It's just the way that the Purple Dogs have been able to score on the deep ball.
We had the paparazzi in here filming, Steve.
I'm telling you.
Twins.
Lady Gaga.
Twins out to each side here. Handoff from Keeney as Ahmad Triplett tries to power through to the 32-yard line. I think he got there, but that may bring up a short gain for the Rams. Third down and about 7 or so, maybe third down and 8.
Well, and I like the way, still the game plan as the pass is set up the run. Ahmad Triplett, with that big body, is hard to bring down. He's like a train coming through the middle.
Twins to each side here. Keeney ready to take the snap. Ahmad Triplett right there next to him in the gun. As Keeney drops back to throw, he's under pressure. He slings it up the field, trying to connect with Kirby. Kirby can't get it. He tried to catch it one-handed and ended up with the drop there. And on his tail was Carson Jordan for the Purple Dogs. That'll bring up third down.
It didn't look like Kirby could find the football. I don't know if it got hung in the lights or what. There's one bright light over the home press box, and where Mario was running left to right on your radio dial past this 30-yard line, he looked back, and I think he just lost the football.
They aren't Owasso bright, but they're bright.
And now we're going to have another offsides on the Purple Dogs.
So that'll bring up the Rams by virtue of a penalty here. Should bring up third down in about 3 or so.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
See what they decide to do here, Steve-O.
Going to get us some yardage.
Going to mark off the penalty. Like we said, third down and 3 for the Rams. So they march forward a little bit. Kirby and Trey Goins split to the right. Van Landingham out to the left as Will Keeney takes the snap here, dropping back to throw. Oh, he's knocked from behind and brought down on the stop there for Fayetteville was Coleman Johnson.
Boy, he took that right in the back. As you heard Grant Merrill, that hurt all the way up here. Coleman Johnson just unloading on Will Keeney. They're going to ask him if he's okay, and I know he's going to say yes, but boy, you gotta pick up that blitzer better than that, or you're going to be at a backup quarterback in a hurry, and things will drop off a long way at that point.
I thought I had back pain this week, man. Coming up on halftime as the kicker ready to kick it away. 2:14 left on the John E. Kohler Custom Watches game clock. Here's the kick. Wobbly. It's going to sail high above the 35-yard line. Fair catch called for by Bo Stuckey. And at the 37, that is where Fayetteville will have it, 1st and 10.
That was a fantastic job by the punter, Alex Haight. That ball bounced out of his hands. It was right at his feet, and he was able to pick it up under pressure from 2 Purple Dogs and get off a really nice punt in a very bad situation.
Make that the 40. I was a little conservative on the yardage there, and that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Purple Dogs, moving from right to left. Bowers there with Jacob Sheritz in the gun next to him. Off the left hash bar, Bowers with twins to each side, rolling to the right this time, slinging it up the middle of the field and connecting with an open receiver at the 49 of the Rams. His open receiver was Connor Flanagan. As we mentioned, that's one guy you have to cover all the time, Steve.
Got to know where number 2 is, and he just goes down and sits right in front of the safety. Gage Laney has been very busy with number 2 tonight.
1st and 10 from the 49 of the Rams. Trips to the left, handoff, first man through down to the 46-yard line, and that's Jacob Sheritz, the ball carrier for Fayetteville.
Aiden Grant in on the tackle, did a good job from that right defensive end and crashing down the line. Short gain on the play.
Twins to the left this time is getting ready to take the snap is Bowers from the right hash mark. He'll take the snap, dropping back to throw, looking. He rolls to the left, trying to find a receiver. He slings it up the left side of the field and connects with his open man at the 36. The ball carrier is going to be Charbonneau.
Well, and I'm glad that he threw it to him, because going down the middle of the field with nobody on him was Alex Mills. Had Bowers seen him, it would have been an easy walk-in 6 for Fayetteville.
We don't need that. Out of the gun.
We need a defensive play.
Trips to the right here. Bowers ready to take the snap, and flags flying as he does. They've been a little liberal with that whistle tonight.
Well, and now I think they're going to say the center of the Purple Dogs.
Well, we'll take it. False start against the Purple Dogs, and that'll bring up the 42-yard line as far as field position goes. First down and about 14. Trips to the right out of the gun again.
Somebody's got to get Bowers.
Bowers rolling to the right, looking. He slings it up the right side of the field. It's in and out of his receiver's hands. That's Jaden Brockington, the intended receiver for Fayetteville. Omar Barker breaking up the pass there, and that'll bring up second down and 14 for Fayetteville.
Incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:16 to go here in the first half. Rams trailing 24-10, certainly cannot afford to give up another touchdown.
Trips to the right. The quarterback handoff, first man through to the 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown on the run there. Torrance Farmer ran unfettered into the end zone for the Purple Dogs, and that's going to put them up even more. That's going to be bringing up a 30-10 lead with 1:07 left to go in the first half.
Grant, I'm not sure any Owasso Ram even touched him.
No,
he just
they
broke
didn't.
through the line. And again, part of that is because of the way they spread the defense out. You get into that second or third level, there's just nobody there, and he was able to just scamper into the end zone for an easy touchdown.
The point after attempt coming from Mr. Richardson, Huxley Richardson. Here's the kick. It is up through the uprights and good, and it's 31-10. 1:07 left to play in the first half. When we come back, Owasso with one more touch of the football before we go to halftime. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on KYFM and online at OwassoSportsNetwork.com. Get away, Fayetteville leading at 31-10. We haven't seen a deficit of this nature as of yet, Mr. Mowry, but we know not to count these Rams out, but they've got a long way to go.
A lot of time left, though, in this ball game, so the Rams just got to go in at halftime, regroup, and come back out. You got to make some defensive plays, Grant. You can't let, I mean, you've got a 73-yard touchdown pass you've given up, a 76, and then a 42-yard run. Somebody's got to step up and make a play.
Smokey and the Bandit was on AMC last night, so I can quote Jerry Reed. We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. So here's the kick, end over end. It's going to be caught at the 19-yard line by Kirby at the 20-yard line, 25. He's on his horse at the 30, still on his feet at the 36-yard line, and that's where he's dragged out of bounds. That's where Owasso will have it first and 10. Not a whole lot of time, as we've got 59 seconds left on the Johnny Kohler Custom Watches game clock here in this first half.
Just try to put something together here and not force anything or make any mistakes. But
coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Zach Duffield about what's going on in Owasso Athletics, and Steve will have a RCB Bank by the number stats update. Off the right hash mark, Nava switching places there with Keeney. Keeney getting him into formation here. Nava taking the handoff to the 40. He goes up to the 45. That's where he's brought down on the stop there for Fayetteville. Carson Johnson, the senior. And that'll bring up second down and about 2 for the Rams. They've got to hurry it up here. Twins to each side now. Keeney taking the snap, dropping back to throw, looking, dialing up a man, nobody there to get it.
Too much pressure in his face as the center was just shoved back into the face of Keeney. Wasn't able to follow through with that football. Fortunately, it did not float into an area where it could be picked off.
Keandre Conley breaking up the pass there for the Fayetteville Purple Dogs.
Don't know that right now that you can do a straight back drop. I think you're going to have to roll Will out from side to side.
Carney and Van Landingham split to the right. Keeney with a man in motion to the left. Keeney on the keeper trying to drill up the middle. Nothing happening. He had his arms out like he was reaching for that first down, but he was too short. That'll bring up 4th down and about 2 yards.
Yeah, we're going to try to go in at halftime and just regroup. 19 seconds. Clock continues to roll, and I think both teams are going to be satisfied with letting this one run out. And Fayetteville's going to take a timeout.
As they do, we'll take it with them. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFM. Back in 30 seconds. Out of the timeout, 8 seconds left to go in the first half. Fayetteville leading Owasso 31-10. Grant Merrill, Steve Mallory along with you. From Harmon Playfield, we've got Van Landingham split to the left, one man split to the right. Keeney ready to take the snap for one more play here. Dropping back to throw. He's under pressure, slinging it up the field. Can somebody get it? Yes, it's Van Landingham, and he was knocked out from behind at the 28-yard line.
But the clock runs out.
The clock runs out. Oh, man. That'll bring everybody off the field, and we have made it to halftime. Clock runs out while Van Landingham was trying to make that catch, and just like that, we have reached halftime. Our score, Fayetteville 31 and Owasso 10. We'll be back here in just a moment with our weekly interview with Athletic Director Zach Duffield. And when we come back from that, Steve Mallory has an RCB Bank by the number stats update. Hang with us. This is the Jim Glover Auto Family Halftime Show. You're listening to Owasso Rams football presented by InsideOwasso.com on KYFM.